Hello, and welcome to our web development lesson brought to you by CreativeOnlineSchool.com. First, a little bit about me. My name is Justin Posey. I have 9 years in web development. Most of that time was specialized in MySQL and PHP, and I have this and other courses available at CreativeOnlineSchool.com. First, we're going to go over an introduction to Apache, PHP, and Git, as well as their installation. Then we're going to go over using Apache to create HTML web pages. We'll learn some basic PHP and how to use it to create a web page. We're going to talk about using Git for version control. We'll learn some advanced PHP techniques so that we can make functional web pages such as forms. We'll go over an introduction to JavaScript and how to use it on your web pages. Then we'll go over some more advanced JavaScript so that we can accomplish some things that you can't in PHP. Finally, we'll give you an introduction to JSON and using JSON with JavaScript, as well as introduction to XML and using it with PHP and JavaScript. First, let's go into Apache. Apache is the most popular web server. A web server's job is to accept requests from clients and send responses to those requests from the server. So basically, your computer is going to ask the server for something, and Apache will send back what it asked for. In most cases, it's going to be asking for a web page, and it'll send the web page back. So why is Apache so popular? Well, first, it's free to download and install, so it's really easy for anyone to use. It's open source. The source code is visible to anyone and everyone, which basically enables anyone to adjust the code, optimize it, fix it, or even add new features to it. So it's like it has developers all over the world. And finally, it's flexible enough to suit all needs. Apache can be used for small websites of 1 to 2 pages, all the way up to huge websites of hundreds or thousands of pages, and can serve millions of visitors each month. It can also serve both static and dynamic content. Next, let's talk about PHP. PHP is a server-side programming language. That means it lives on the server, and that's where it does the work. PHP can be used to evaluate and manipulate data, including data sent from a browser. We can also use it to build custom web content, and it allows us to communicate with databases so that we can pull information to put on our web content. It's powerful enough to be the core of WordPress, which is how most sites are created nowadays. And it's also deep enough to run Facebook, which has some of the biggest user bases in the world. And fortunately for us, it's also easy enough to be a beginner's first server-side language. Next, we're going to talk about Git. Git is a file version control system. What this means is Git allows for the tracking of changes in computer files. Basically, it allows you to create a central copy of a file, and then you can pull a local copy from that central copy so that you have a second version that you're going to edit. Then when you take that local copy and make those edits, you can push the changes back up to the central copy where it keeps both versions. That way, if you make an update, you can always revert it if something goes wrong. And it also allows, if multiple people are editing the same file, or if you have some incompatibilities, it can assist with merging 2 different versions of the file and help you know if something's not going to work. If you both change the same piece of code, they're going to be incompatible. It can't do both. But if you both just added some functionality, it's possible that both could just be put in the same file. That's it for our introduction. Thank you for watching this lesson. This and other lessons can be found at CreativeOnlineSchool.com.